All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Charlene. Can you hear me? Sounded good.
I can't hear anything.
You can't? Oh, 1, 2, test check.
Let me see. I can't hear anything.
I hear you.
Okay. Is there something I have to do on my end, or
That's a good question.
let me see something. Hold on.
In the
Let's
meantime,
see
welcome,
here.
everyone. Welcome. This is called Forex Talk Over Beer. The concept of the show
Let's
is
see.
pretty simple. So we're basically gonna have a drink together, and we're gonna talk Forex. Okay. So can you hear me now? No? Okay. So basically, welcome to everyone. Make sure to smash the like button as you come in on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and share. Yeah, for sure. So as you come in, don't forget to smash it.
I
Charlie, can you
can
hear me now?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Sweet. There we go. Perfect. All right.
But
So give
I
me like,
hear like an echo in the background though.
oh, echo. Okay. Give me
Yeah.
1 sec. Let me put my AirPods. So let's do that.
There's like a delay basically.
Okay. So now, what about now? Is that better? 1, 2, test check.
It's
One, two,
yeah. I
one, two,
still
one,
I,
two.
s- I still hear a delay.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. I mean I hear you fine, but there's like a delay in what I hear. I don't hear you at all now.
Okay. Yeah. Because I muted the mic.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
the mic was the problem. Give me 1 sec. I'll try to.
Sounds fine
Uh,
now. Sounds good now.
Sounds good now.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
Perfect. Awesome. All right, so let's do this again. Welcome, everyone. This is called Forex Talk Over Beer. So basically, concept is pretty simple. We're going to talk about Forex and we're going to enjoy a nice little drink. Charlene's going to have water and it's fine. And if you guys want to have juice, wine, whatever. And this is my little beer that was in my December calendar for December 1st. So I'm going to have that beer. This is a New England IPA, 6%. So first thing first, let's crack it up. Let's pour this little baby.
That's
And if you
new.
have a drink right now,
That's
what?
New England beer. You said.
New England IPA. Yeah, it's the
Oh.
style.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice,
there's
nice, nice,
different
nice.
style. Yeah, I'm a little fan of craft beer. So
I
yeah,
see. I see.
I don't drink Budweiser or Coors Light. You
Okay.
know, so I drink those
You
fancy
know
beer.
what I always wanted to try. I always wanted to try bacon flavored beer.
Oh, oh.
I saw it on TV. So on some TV show it was like a bacon flavor. I was like, I wonder what that tastes like because bacon. Everybody likes bacon. You know, how can you make a beer out of bacon? You know, so I want to try that.
No, definitely, definitely. That must be interesting. Must be
Yeah,
very, very, very interesting.
definitely.
So yeah, so we before we get going with the show, and we got Charlene here tonight, and we're gonna have an awesome talk about a lot of things you gotta have in mind. And this, I'm sure you guys take notes. If you have to rewatch this, rewatch it, but it's gonna be pretty epic. But first thing first, we do the official cheers. So if you have your camera ready, if you have a drink with you, I'm gonna do a little cheers with you. Charlene's gonna do a cheers, and you guys snap a picture. You tag my name, tag Charlene on it on Instagram, and we'll re-share that picture. All right, so let's do that. Cheers, because I know there's people watching. It's the morning. You're watching the replay. That's fine. Do it. Okay, do it with your orange juice, milk, whatever you guys drinking. All right. So in 3, 2, 1, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
All right. Well, this is really good. Awesome. All right, let's get going. So the first thing, I mean, we want to know who is Charlene for people who's not following you. Who is Charlene, and who are you as a person? What do you do on your day to day? And what got you into Forex?
Oh wow. Who is Charlene? That's kind of a tough question. I don't know how to really answer that. I mean, I've been trading now for just over 3 years, 3.5 years, just over. Man, it was tough. It was tough. It was a tough journey. Um, buying different courses, learning different styles. It's so funny because when I first started learning how to trade, I had no idea what scalping was. I didn't know that scalping even existed. I thought to be a good trader, you have to constantly catch big moves. So when I wasn't able to do that, it was really, really tough on me. But trading is all about growth. It's all about growth. So I guess Charlene, who I am, is an individual that's constantly looking for growth. You know, if you're growing, you're always learning, you're always becoming better, you're becoming, more wiser to life, because how you are in life is how you are on the charts as well. So success in life is going to bring you success on the charts, and they kind of go hand in hand with each other. So that's the best way I know how to answer that question. It's just a young lady trying to constantly grow as an individual.
And how is it to be? You touch one point, young lady. Like, how is it to be, like trying to drive this market, like as a woman, into a man field, kind of, you know?
You know, I'm kind of in my element because, as everybody knows, I'm a police officer, and the law
I was
enforcement
not
field
sure if we were allowed to
is
talk about that.
no,
So
that's fine,
sorry.
that's fine.
Okay.
It's it's a very male dominated field, so transitioning into trading, that was like an easy transition for me, because it wasn't like I wasn't very intimidated. I wasn't intimidated at the fact that it was all guys. I actually welcome that kind of thing. I actually get along better with guys than I do with girls anyway. So so that didn't bother me at all. But it did motivate me to want to be really good, because I didn't see a lot of females trading. So it was like, where are the girls? We can trade too. So I said, you know what? Let me try to kind of blaze the trail to show that girls and women can be just as successful at trading as our male counterparts.
Definitely. And just to point that out, I mean, I think your next duel is going to be against men now. Is that right?
Yeah,
Because the
yeah, it's
first
gonna
duel
be.
was woman, men, and the
Mhm.
two winners against each other. Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much. So right now, I mean, I'll probably finish the torch tomorrow. I'll probably hit the target tomorrow, which is the goal. And then I have to basically wait on the guys to see who wins out of the guys, and then we would go on. So hopefully that kind of goes into next year, because during the holidays I
Yeah.
don't really trade that much anyway. So I prefer it to go possibly after the new year. So hopefully that's what it is. That's why I was trying to get the torch done as soon as possible too, because the markets are iffy during the holidays. There's not a lot of volume at times, and I took one of my biggest losses in December. So
Oh
not
yeah.
this
Last
month,
year.
but last year, yeah. So I say, you know what? During the holidays, it's more time to just relax, spend time with your family, just reflect on the year that you had and things like that, and then start fresh come January.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
Yeah.
and let's talk about that big loss, okay? Because I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
talk about one of your biggest losses in December,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the question that I'm sure you're getting the same question as I'm getting also, like on a day-to-day basis, like it's how to overcome losses, right? I know
Mm-hmm.
it's a repeating question, but I think it's something that we cannot talk enough about, and I think that's really important, and I'm sure you have something to say about that.
Yes. Becoming okay with losses is important, because losses are a part of the game. It's just a part of the journey. It's like life. Bad days is a part of life. Every day is not going to be sunshine and roses. You're going to have breakups. You're going to have fights. You're going to have things that don't go your way. So with trading, it makes you appreciate the wins a lot more. That loss that I had, it really broke me. It broke me mentally, because it was my biggest loss. Just to elaborate, I lost 10K in one day, and then the next day I lost another 5K. So I was
Oh,
15K in the hole. Like, and that was the most money I had. Like, I was like, oh my god. And the first day that I lost the 10K was on news. I didn't know news was coming, and it was on GA.
oh,
It was on the GA. And GA had been ranging for like days and days and days and days and days. So I said, I made a rookie move. I took a buy at support, and news hit, and that thing just tanked. It melted.
no.
And I didn't have a stop loss. So in the time it took me to close those trades out, I was already 10K, almost 11K in the hole. So yeah, it
Oh,
was brutal. And that day I think I sat on my couch and like stared at my ceiling for like a good 20 minutes, because
mm,
that, I mean, it was a live account, right? And at the time I think I had about 25K in the account. So it was almost half my account gone, just gone in a matter of seconds. And so
that's brutal.
yeah, and then the next day I revenge traded the next day, and then I lost another 5K. So I was 15K
Oh,
in the hole.
that's classic.
So so it was tough, and I actually stopped trading the rest of the month, the rest of the month, I did not even look at the charts.
Took off. Okay.
I took off. I said,
What
I can't.
when you took off, did you? Okay, you took off, but did you decided to go study more, back this thing, or you just like completely off?
Completely off. Completely off.
Completely off.
I didn't
Okay.
care about Forex at that time. I didn't want to look at the charts. I was barely on social media because I follow a lot of other traders and stuff. So I was just upset at myself. I was just trying to understand, what did I do wrong? How can I fix this? You know, stop being greedy, over leveraging. You know, so I'm actually glad that loss happened to me, though. That was the best at the time. It was the worst thing ever, but in hindsight, it was probably the best thing that could have happened to me, because when you take a loss, and a big loss at that, it teaches you a huge lesson about trading. And that mistake, or those mistakes that you made in that loss, you'll never do them again. You'll never make them again. And if you do, it won't be to that magnitude. So I said, you know, I ain't taking a buy automatically at support anymore. I'm going to wait and see what are my confirmations. Every day before I get on the charts, I look at Forex Factory. I make sure I look at if there's news coming out or anything. So your losses can teach you a lot more about yourself as a trader than your wins can, because your wins sometimes the wins can kind of, you know, put you on cloud 9 to where you feel like you're on top of the world, but then your losses force you to really take a deep look at what you're doing wrong and how to fix them.
Yeah, no, definitely. When you said buying a support, did you grab a wick entry?
No, I waited for.
Did you add some price action confirmation, or just like?
No, when I say rookie, it was rookie. It was a range, and I just said buy support, sell at resistance, and I was leaving and coming down to support, and I'm like, okay, let's buy, and that thing just completely melted. Melted, and I think it dropped like 200 pips that morning too. It was crazy, and I had 3 10 lots running. So, if you can imagine, and then the time it takes to close all 3 of those while it's still dropping is, I could have died. I could have died that day. Yeah, close full. I didn't have magic keys. Magic keys, guys. If you never want to take a loss like that, you should.
Or you should meet closing losses like today. I was like, fucking close full. I was like, oh my gosh, man. What did I do? Oh, fuck. I think I just entered a position.
What? Oh my God.
Wait, yeah, my MT. God damn it, my MT4 wasn't closed.
Yeah, but the market's closed.
Okay, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Great. I got scared 1 second. I was like, wait, what did I just do? Can you imagine? Yeah. I enter like 60 lot on gold right now randomly. It's like, holy. Okay, I got scared for 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, so note to yourself, guys, if you have a magic key and your MT4 is still open, don't press like a dumbass on
it. Don't do it, guys.
Oh my gosh, I got scared for 1 second. Okay, so is that, coming back to that December, is that, because I know that you traded GA before, because you're one of the person I was actually looking your chart, you know, because I was looking for second pair, and funny enough, I was actually back this thing for at least, I think 2 months or 3 months prior to me contacting you. I don't know if you remember that, but I did contact you at one point. Say, how do you find GA? You know, you said, it's pretty good. You know, moves a lot like GJ and this and that. And I know that you stopped trading GA. Is that the moment that you decided to stop trading GA? Because it FU GA, you know?
No. I don't know how I came about GA. I kind of just stumbled upon it, and it became my backup pair to GJ. But I stopped trading GA when it became too many wicks. It was leaving too many long wicks, and you know, wicks is a lot of indecision. So I got tired of seeing trades go from profit drawdown, and then I would close, and then we'll go back and, you know, at my break even or whatever. So I just said, I don't like the way it moves. It just, market conditions are always changing, right? Your pair can be good to you for the first half of the year, and the next half of the year starts doing a bunch of stuff that you're like, what's going on here? So GA just stopped moving the way I was used to it moving. And the main reason why I stopped trading it was too many wicks. and I didn't like all the wickiness of it. So I just said, I
see.
gotta leave this pair alone. So then I went over to GU, and GU was nicer to me. So
Oh yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm still trading GA. I sometimes I grab some amazing moves on GA,
Mhm.
but yeah, you're right. GA sometimes can be a bitch. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, she loves to put you in drawdown for a little while. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Before.
like, oh, she's playing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and suddenly boom, you know. Like
Yeah.
today, oh my gosh, today had three massive position. Oh my gosh.
On GA.
Three yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, oh,
And you know it's NFP week too. So
I know.
so
It
yeah.
really hurt. It
Yeah.
really hurt.
Yeah.
And it really hurt because it actually went to my TP, but it's just like, oh god damn. You know,
Oh
I
wow.
just yeah, it just hurt so bad. Anyways, let's get back to this. Because this was my following question, but somebody actually asked it. This is D Gauze Orders says, how did you come back from it? You know, from that losses. I know you took your time off, but what did you do to? How did you come back to the market? Because at one point after a loss like that, I mean, like there's so much stuff that comes into our mind. Because me too, I got
Mhm.
some big losses. You know, it's just like, and the loss from today, it was thank God it wasn't my capital, right? Because I would be
Mhm.
like, I would be pissed.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think we act different too. When it's my capital, holy crap, I am so tight. You have no idea. I'm
Yeah.
so freaking tight. It's not even funny. I'm actually too tight, you know, because
Mhm, mhm.
I don't take those nice entry that I should take. But since I'm really tight, I go really with the safe setup.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, so long story short, I mean, how did you overcome that?
Well, the break definitely helped. Just stepping away, taking a break from trading is very, very important for your mental sanity, because all of us traders, we have to be a little bit of insane to wake up every day and voluntarily risk our money when the odds are always stacked against us. Mostly, you know, the markets are controlled by a higher power that we know nothing about. We're just trying to play along and just grab crumbs out of the market, you know. So it's important to step away, because if you keep on subjecting yourself to the mental stress of losing money, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose it completely, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
healthy. It's not healthy, it's not worth it either, because it's gonna affect other aspects of your life. You know, if you're losing money in the markets, it's gonna affect your livelihood. It's gonna affect your bills, your family. You know, the way that you conduct everything else outside of trading gets affected now because you're losing money. If you have a big loss in the market that day, you're pissed off usually for the rest of the day. You're like, don't talk to me. I don't care about this. I don't, keep the kids away. Husband and wife, don't bother me. You gotta give me a minute. you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you don't find an outlet to get away from the charts every once in a while, it can really be detrimental to your mental. So stepping away from the charts for that entire month, the rest of that month, it really helped. It really helped a lot. I didn't think about trading. I didn't even think about the loss anymore. It's already gone. The money's already gone. Once you put your money in your broker account, consider that money gone, right? Because you're going to
Mm-hmm.
risk it. You're going to risk it. So it's already gone. It's in your broker's hands. It's whatever happened at that point. So you kind of have to resign yourself to the fact that, hey, I might lose this money. You don't want to lose it, but you might lose it. So if you do lose it, you better be okay with it, because you already made the decision once you hit that buy or sell button. So taking a break from the charts and then coming back in January, I came back refreshed. I wasn't as, affected anymore. I was like, okay, I can do this. I've done it before. It is what it is. That was last year. Let's start fresh. And ever since that loss, I've never taken a loss like that. Well, I have recently when my relationship fell apart. I took a bad loss, but that wasn't on my personal account. That was on my FTMO. So it wasn't as
Mm-hmm.
bad. You know what I mean? So it's you just gotta step away. You gotta find an outlet. You gotta find a video game, a TV show you like to binge watch. Go on vacation. Go drive your car. Go do something that has nothing to do with trading.
Something
That's
that's
how
gonna
you.
make you happy, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Can feel good about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. That's
definitely.
good. About that FTMO account, because you just talked about it, and that was one of the point I want to talk about. Because
Mhm.
I know you did a video on your channel, and if you're guys not following Charlene, make sure to tune into Charlene's YouTube channel. She got some amazing video. I'm actually watching pretty much all your video. You know what? It's funny. Before we jump to the next subject, but it's funny because we have a lot. We have a lot in common. We have a lot in common. I think we came from pretty much the same mentors. Like I learned from Q. I think you learned from Q also.
I did.
I did. Danielle, I see your hat, so I guess.
No. This has nothing to do with
No.
Daniel.
Oh,
No,
there's
no,
nothing
no.
that. Okay, okay,
No, no,
okay.
no, no.
I got Danielle. We got Raja together.
Yeah, yeah.
Weeks don't lie. So yeah, so we got this in common. Plus, we are also here we go. Here we
Yeah.
go. So and we also both have a daily job, which
Yeah.
there's not a lot of people who actually does it, right? And I know when people ask me like, why are you still working? It's for me, it's a passion. Just I love what I do. I'm really passionate about what I do. I got to work with dogs every day. So I mean, for me, it's just like it's fun. Okay, so and we got this in common. So we know that when we are on the chart, we need to be optimal. With our time, everything has to be optimal. If I'm trading, if I'm doing this, if I'm doing a one-on-one with students, or if I'm recording courses, everything has to be optimal. So you got to make sure that everything's aligned and you got some quality times and this and that. Because I shouldn't say most traders, but the influencer, that you guys looking at, a lot of them actually just do trading, and they got a lot of free time, they can do a lot of stuff. For me, it's really bad not having something to do. It's really really bad because I'm hyperactive guy, and if I'm not doing something, I'm gonna be on the chart all day, which is not good. I know myself. I'm gonna be on the chart all day, freaking day. I'll be like, all right, scalping. Let's go. No good. No good.
You gotta have discipline with that, I guess, because I am gonna be leaving my job next year, and
nice.
I look forward to it because it's gonna be a whole new experience. But the thing about it is, I've been self-employed before, so I know what it's like to have a lot of free time on your hands, and it's very, very, very cool and relaxing. But you gotta have hobbies. You have other things you like to do, besides the charts. So if you're just addicted to the charts, then it's like
you gotta find some side hustle, like something.
Something, go to the gym or go shopping, whatever. Something else, Yeah.
How about shopping? Did I saw you shopping for a truck or something?
No.
Okay.
Shopping, not recently. No, not recently.
No, okay.
No.
Saw a little video, maybe a little while back for a Euros.
Oh yeah. Back then.
Yeah.
I want to see it because I'm so in love with that car, Sasha. Like that car is nice. God. Like I see it every single day. I have neighbors that have it. It's always in my face. It's always I'm like, oh my god. I love that car. And it's just sexy. It's sexy car.
Funny enough, this is the one we see the most here, like in Montreal, Canada. This is the one we see the most as a Lambo. Because I mean, all the other one, you basically cannot drive it here.
The weather and stuff like that. Yeah,
weather it's no good, right? So you cannot drive it. So the Urus is the one we see the most, right? So all right. So let's see. We talk about that psychology. Oh yeah, I want to talk about psychology behind the challenge, and the challenge and torch, because it's the same concept, right? I want to hear you about like with time limit. The torch is a little different because the torch, I don't think you have a time limit, right? Is that right?
No time limit.
No time limit. There's just like a goal. So that's actually better, to be honest, because I think with challenges, the problem is when there's only a couple days left. I don't know, but I mean, I did personally, I did a funding talent challenge way back. Passed it, no problem. Made money on it, no problem. Fine, closed it, and decided to trade my own capital. And I think the problem is, I actually did the same mistake as you did because I listened to your video about that FTMO. Okay, you don't know that, but I'm watching you. Watching you. I did the same mistake, and you know, once you think that you know, it's even worse. Because when you
Yeah.
already won a challenge and you know that I'm already making money on my life capital. I'm I consider myself pretty okay, pretty good. I
Yeah.
don't want to I
Yeah.
don't want to brag, but just like you know. So I was like, all right, let's get this challenge done in
Over
fucking
with.
no
Yeah.
time. You know,
Yeah.
holy, that first week, holy,
You get
I went
smacked.
and draw down massively.
Yeah.
Massively.
Hmm.
So and I know that you kind of did the same thing. So I want to go over that.
Over the FTMO, the psychology behind that,
Yeah,
or the
yeah,
torch.
behind the challenge and the torch. I want to compare both of them, like how
Yeah.
did you treat the torch differently than the FTMO? Because I know there's a lot of people who's going to be watching the replay or watching live that
Mhm.
are doing challenges right now.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's going to help a lot of people. And by the way, guys, if you didn't smash the like button yet, I mean, smash it, because I think there's a lot of good things that Charlene is talking about right now, and this is worth a lot of everything.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Um. Well, I don't know if you're aware, but I put the credentials out for my FTMO for one of the $200,000 accounts that I'm doing. And
Okay.
I've been getting a lot of feedback on that where people be like, oh, yeah, you did this, and then you did that, and then you did this. And then I got the account up, like, I believe maybe almost 8%. Almost. I was right there, almost done. I think I needed like maybe $4,000 to pass it. And then I took a loss and I dropped it back down to like 2%. It was horrible. And then I got the account below break even, and I had to build it back up, back up, back up.
Oh,
So
this is the
people,
worst. I did that.
yeah. So people watching it are like, man, like how are you doing this? Because I would have just lost it, to be so almost close to passing and then dropping down and then falling deeper in a deeper hole, and then having to dig yourself out of that hole and bring yourself back. It's a lot of discipline. I would say the most important aspect about trading and being a successful trader is just pure discipline. If you have the right discipline, you can pass anything. Now you can have discipline, but at the same time, if you get kind of cocky about it, which is what I did when I took the first few rounds of FTMO, that the cockiness can overpower your discipline. So if you feel like you're like, this is nothing, I could do, this is cake for me, it's like, okay, the market's gonna humble you real quick. So you kind of have to put your pride aside for a second, right? And then just kind of humble yourself and say, okay, these are the rules I have to abide by. These are the things I have to do. And then another good thing that really, really helped me with my challenges, I'll tell you guys this, and I don't think I mentioned this in my videos, is I break down the challenges day by day. So if I'm doing a 200K account and I need to hit a $20,000 profit target, and I have 30 days to do it, I don't want to take the whole 30 days. At the very most, I want to take maybe 20 days at the most to do that. So at 20 days, and let's say it's 20 trading days in a month, that's $1,000 a day. I can make $1,000 a day. So if you break down every day, every trade, and have a profit goal in mind, that will make the target a lot easier to acquire, because you're not thinking about the bigger picture. You're taking it step by step by step. You're laying one brick at a time, and by the time you're done, you're gonna have a whole wall built. You're not even gonna realize it because you're focused on that one brick, right? And I got that from Will Smith. I think he's my favorite motivational speaker. So
Love it.
if you're trying to build a wall, in other words, pass a challenge, and your target is 20,000, okay, how do I get to that 20,000? I don't need to get to that 20,000 in one trade. I could do it in little trades here and there, and take into account you might have losses, right? You might have a loss here, a loss there. So how do you combat, the losses compared to your wins and hitting your target? So have a target in mind that's earlier than your target goal. Because if they give you 30 days to pass the challenge, do you want to take 30 days to do it? No, because what if you get to day 25 and you're down 5% or 4%? Now you're going to be rushing to hurry up to finish it because you're so close. But if you do it little by little and you say to yourself, okay, they give me 30 days, I need to do it in 15 days. I need to do it in 20 days, 25 days max. Then you give yourself wiggle room. You can breathe, you can relax, and a loss won't bother you because you know that you've already accounted for losses in that plan of getting to your ultimate target.
But will you do like, let's say, okay, so I think that's really good, by the way. That this is
Mhm.
something I actually break down also with some of the one-on-one I did with a student recently. But this is actually really good to break down the goals into per day. You know,
Mhm.
I,
Mhm.
I did MLM before, right? Like
Yeah, I do
way
too.
back. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
okay. And one of the thing like to have like a bonuses, we had to add like, let's say 10 people in the business. Okay, and
Mhm.
this is a random example I'm giving away, but it's just to say that it's the same thing. I said, all right, so if you're batting, sorry for the Franglish. All
Yeah,
right, so
batting.
batting
Mhm.
average. Okay, if your batting average is like, I don't know, 7 out of 10, right?
Mhm.
And you need 10 people to enter the business. Well, it's easy to do the math and figure out like how many people you need to recruit to
Mhm.
make your goal. So with trading is the same thing. You know, let's say it's 20K your goal, you divide it by 1K per day. Now you got 20 days. So now my question to you is that, let's say you got win win win. Let's say you got 4 days in a row that you got win. You're at 4K. You
Mhm.
got a loss for, I don't know, 1K, let's say.
Mhm.
Is your day after that your goal is going to be 2K or still 1K?
That's
Ooh.
tough. That's tough. I would say stick to your profit target. Stick to your profit
Okay.
target. Last night's trade that I took on the torch, that trade netted about 12,200 roughly on 2 5 lots. Okay. People were asking me, hey, why didn't you take that same trade on your FTMO account? Right? Because they can see that account as well. And I didn't take
Mm-hmm.
it on that account. Here's why. And this is why I say discipline is very important. Because prior to me taking that trade on the Torch account, I had already taken a trade on my FTMO and I won. I won 3 grand on one account and 3 grand on the other. So I was 6K up in profit for the night. So
Mm-hmm.
I already had my win for the session and I was done. One win, right? That's all I need. 1 or 2 setups a day. So I said, okay, I took a trade on my other accounts, but I still have my torch that I have to, have to hit a target on. So let me just focus on the torch tonight. And that's why I took that trade on the torch compared to the FTMO. That is discipline. Now I could have taken that same trade on the FTMO account and been fine, and I would have passed it with that trade also. But I already had my win. I already hit my goal for the day, so I'm good. Let that relax. I don't want to risk what I've already won to try to potentially get more when I've already hit my goal. So if I take a loss, I would say I'm probably going to try to make it back. I would say, but for instance, when I say break down each day by profit, 1,000, like 20 days, $20,000, 1,000 a day. Okay, so what lot size do I need to use? How many pips do I need to catch? Some days you're going to catch more than your goal. So
Mm-hmm.
those days that you hit more will make up for the days that you potentially lose out. You know what I mean? So it's all a risk
I
reward,
was just
basically.
about to ask, like, let's say your target's 1K. Are you
Mhm.
gonna close like at 1K as soon as you see 1K in profit, you close, or are you gonna secure when you say like, let's say you see I don't know 2K and you just secure 50% and leave a runner, or what's your strategy
Um,
about that?
it depends on the setup that I see. If it's like, let's say last night I took that trade when I made the 6K on FTMO last night, that was Asian. Asian moves slow, right? Now Asian had a big move last night on gold, but it doesn't normally move like that. So when I hit that profit goal, I was good. Oh, let me get out. I'm good. Let me get out. If that was New York session, I probably would have held it. I would have held it because New York is a lot more volatile. The setups are the moves are there. So it depends on the session that I trade and the setup that I see. If I see a surefire setup, it's like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it because I've seen this happen so many times. I want to catch it this time, and not let it pass me by. So it depends on the setup. It depends on the session, basically.
Okay, great. And you're touching like on this question from Vinny, which
Mhm.
is Charlene, do you trade gold in the Asian session like 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern
No, I trade gold after midnight. After
after
midnight. So
midnight?
yeah, so about
So
11:30ish to I get on the chart around 11 sometimes, and then into midnight because that's
so it's kind of
there's moves right now.
pre-London kind of, right?
Yeah, pre London. Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, because gold moves very nicely during that time. I've seen like you can catch a really good move by between like 11 11:30, And then because even though I say after midnight, I start looking at the charts like around 11:30 because the moves are kind of setting up. So if you're looking for a retracement, a pullback or something, it might happen around that time. And then once 12 o'clock hits, that's when you want to start setting up your entries so you can get in and catch the move. And usually the move plays out by like 2 o'clock, 2 or 3. So by the time London is kicking off, you've already secured your win and you're out of the market.
Okay, so you're not in bed. You're actually actively watching the chart until 2.
No. I set the trade and I go to sleep. I don't trade London anymore. Yeah. That's sometimes though. That's sometimes. I don't do that. I don't do that a lot. Yeah.
Woo! Especially with gold, I'll be like, I'll be laying down my bed. I'll be like,
yeah. You know, I have fallen in love with gold. Gold has become the best pair to me. It doesn't fake out.
This was my next question.
Yeah. Why gold?
Why gold?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about gold, baby. Let's talk about gold in me.
Oh man, gold. Let me tell you. It was a young lady that I met with. I had met her previously before, but I met up with her. I ran into her at the FIP meetup event that Q had in Miami.
I saw that, yeah.
August or September, I think it was. And I met this girl, and she's not very big on social media. She's very like low key. But she said to me, she said, Charlene, I made 130K today on gold. I said,
she said, what? What did she say?
She made 130K that day on gold. And I said, what?
Let's talk. You know,
let's talk.
Yeah, let's have a drink. Let's talk. You know?
And we ended up talking for like 2 hours too. And I'm just like, she's like, Charlene, I'm telling you, like look at gold. Look at gold. If you can do what you're doing on GJ with gold, you can make triple the money. It's crazy. So that night I'm like, all right, you know, I'm thinking about it. So I go home that night. That night I went home. I think I was up the entire night back testing gold. Back testing. And Sasha, I kid you not, that night gold became crystal clear to me.
Hold on, wait a second. Let's rewind that. Okay, let's pause for 1 second. Let's rewind that. Okay, so you're at the Q event, all right, the FIP event. Mm-hmm. You met that girl, say, hey girl, I made 130K on gold today. Yeah. And like, what? You know, have a little chit chat with her. You went back at home, back tested it for the night.
For the whole night, yes.
Went crystal clear. So it went crystal clear from something she said to you, or you discovered?
Something I discovered. Because her strategy is like she uses like Hakanashi candles or something like that. She uses this weird strategy that I don't even care to like want to learn because it's so like out there to me that I can't do that. You know, so her strategy it didn't fit for me, but it was the motivation of seeing another female around my age range doing this. And I'm like, what? And then not only that, but she saw the potential in me to tell me, go look at gold. If you can do this on currencies, take it over to exotics because that's where the money is. You look at Q, you look at, you know, Raul and them, those guys are dealing with exotics, US 30, because the money is in those. It's after you've leveled up from currencies. The real level up is in those. Is in US.
Yeah, I've been dabbling a little bit with gold, and it's fun.
It's fun. It's fun. And then seeing Raja, you know, have 70K days, 80K, 130K days. My goal is to have a 100K day. I'm not gonna do that on GJ. I don't know if I'll ever do that on GJ, but it's possible with gold. It's possible. With gold, that's very doable on gold. Yeah. So. But the revelation, I don't even know. I can't even tell you what it was, Sasha, but it was just, I guess I was just so motivated, so determined to understand gold. Because I used to trade gold before Corona.
This is not long time ago, the FIP event. I remember that because I was watching you guys because I was like, God damn it, I want to be in Miami right now. I was like,
it was only a few months ago. I think August or September, I think it was only a handful of months ago.
Yeah.
So it was right there. And I even told her, I said, because she texted me today. She's like, hey, I see what you're doing on the Taurus. You did it on gold. She says, hey, that drop you caught, I caught the whole thing too. I was in the same move. I was like,
Amazing. That's
You know,
amazing.
so it's like it was almost like meant to be, you know, to be able to go to that event, to be around, you know, so many people that are doing so well, that are so inspiring, you know, meeting James Storms. I met James Storms there, and the last thing he said to me was, Charlene, run it the F up, run it up. Like, you have it in you, run it up. And to have the people of and that level hitting those 100K days, looking down at little old me, telling me I could do this, like I had to. There was no way I couldn't. So it was so gold is a whole different beast. I'll say that. But I had to stop telling myself that it was so hard to trade. Because I remember I kept saying to myself, I can't trade gold. I can't trade gold. I can't trade gold. It's too hard. It's too volatile. It's too, you know, the retracements are a monster. You keep telling yourself these things.
But they are.
They are. They
are.
But if you can learn how it moves, then you can learn to trade it, same as you do any other pair. So looking at that, I said, okay, I'm going to stop telling myself that I can't trade gold, because I used to trade the damn thing. So why can't I trade it now? And then when I finally looked at it, I said, I went to my trading view watch list. I took off GJ. I took off GU. I took everything off.
You didn't do that to GJ?
I did. And I said, no.
That is heartbreaking.
I said,
that was your husband.
Fun.
What's up with that?
It's been real. Hey, divorce happen every day. I said I found a new love interest, and he's doing much better for me. So I gotta go.
Hey man, if it's sex better with gold,
hey,
yeah, let's go.
So gold is my main pair. Excuse me, gold is it's beautiful.
But,
that's all I can say.
But do you still trade other pairs also, or you just strictly gold?
Strictly gold. I'll look at other pairs occasionally. Like if I'm waiting on a setup on gold, or you know, I have friends that trade and stuff, and they'll say, "Hey, Charlene, what do you think of this?" They'll send me charts or text me something. I'll say, "Okay, let me take a look and tell you what I think." So I will look at other pairs every once in a while, but I'm not trading them. I'm just looking at them and seeing what the setup is and helping out my friends. But am I trading them? No, I'm only trading gold. So,
and do you, because I know you have a course also, you got students. Before we jump into that, let me go to this question here. What's your risk? That is a question for D Gauze or this. What's your risk to reward that you aim for? Because you talk about you talk about money target. What is it? A percentage? Is it money? Is it fixed? Is it like what's your?
I never go for percentages. I hate math. So when I think of percentages, I think of math. And it's like, I just never clicked with percentages. So I go with more either my PIP goal, my profit goal, but I put those two together with the setup. The setup is most important. It's the setup. If I see the setup is a high probability setup, then I'm probably going to risk a little bit more on it. So my risk reward could be a little off sometimes. But it all depends on what I'm willing to risk that day. So if I say I want to make 1,000 a day or 2,000 a day, how much am I willing to lose in order to make that? So am I willing to is it 1-to-1, 1-to-2, 1-to-3, whatever it is, depends on the actual setup. So every day, I would say I have more of a profit goal, which is in line with my PIP goal, because I'm still scalping. At the end of the day, I may hold my trades a little longer on gold, but that's simply because gold moves more than other pairs usually do. So, I mean, a 5-minute candle on gold can easily be 30 pips. So you could say I'm trying to catch 10 pips, when in reality on 10 pips on GJ is the equivalent of like 30 or 40 on gold. So
yeah, which is crazy when you think about it. Because when I got started, and I'm sure you did the same, because we're coming from the same person. And when I got started, I started with UJ. You know, when I got started, and it was like,
I started with AU.
AU, pretty much, pretty much equivalent. You know. And after that, I moved to GJ. It was like, holy, this thing moved fast.
Yeah. Same thing. I took a lot of spankings from GJ.
This thing moves fast. And in fact, GA, I kind of like to call GA like gold's cousin. You know, because G can be freaking wild. Like when G moves, it moves.
It moves.
You know, it's just like it moves. Yeah. But gold is definitely crazy. I was backtesting gold for the past months, like
Mhm.
months.
Yeah.
Okay. And people was like, why are you not starting to trade gold and blah blah? Because I was calling trade on gold like on my live stream every day or so, I was calling gold trades, and it was winners, but I was not taking it because I don't know, I didn't feel 100% confident.
Mhm.
And I was focusing on GJ only.
Mhm.
And at one point, I did call a trade that went like, I think it was like 150 pips in profit. And I was like, this shit.
Yeah, it's
I'm
time to
getting
trade.
to this thing. It's like
It's time.
like people were sending me message. Thank you for that gold trade. Thank you for that gold trade.
Because you didn't
You
take
know,
it, but
I didn't
yeah,
take it. It's like, so I was like, all right,
yeah.
this is it. I'm done. I'm gonna start trading gold. So I actually started to trade gold recently. But my problem with gold is though I since I since gold is so volatile, it seems to always have a move.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you feel what I'm saying, but there's always being a move being formed and coming up, and I got trapped in taking too much trades on gold. So I don't know
Okay.
if that happened to you at the beginning when you traded gold or not at all.
Um, when I a couple years ago when gold was my main pair, I mostly just scalped it. I really didn't understand it too much. I was almost getting lucky with it because I would just see a move and see it when you see it moving in momentum. I was just impulsively jumping in on those, and I would just quickly scalp those moves. So it wasn't so much I was like really doing real detailed breakdowns and really understanding it. Now I've completely elevated my game with gold to where I'm doing like full breakdowns on them. And I look at the daily and the 4 hour more than anything. More than anything. On GJ, it's daily 4 hour, and then you kind of focus on the 1 hour and the 30 to really look for your entries.
Yeah.
On gold, the higher time frames is where you're gonna find what the trend is and how to jump in on the lower time frames to really get in on that move. But what I love so much about gold is that it respects structure. It respects
Mm-hmm.
structure so well. And if I okay, when I take a trade on GU or GJ, let's say, pre London, and I would go to sleep and wake up in pre New York to see how it played out, it'd most likely be a loss. Right. And here's why: because I get wicked out, it would come out, hit my stop, and then turn around and go in the direction that I thought it would go in. Right. And I'd be like, oh man, I should have put my stop over here, should have did this, and that. On gold doesn't do that. If the trend is bullish, just wait for a major support, let that pullback happen, and jump in. Because once that pullback is done, she ain't coming back. That pullback, that's your entry signal right there. And that's what I love about gold. And then gold forced me to use fibs. And I never in a million years thought I would ever go back
I
to
know
using
because we
fibs.
had a discussion privately about that.
Yes, yes. I said no. I swore off indicators, off fibs. And when I use fibs on gold, it's like that trade last night that I won on gold. I think it was like 100 pips that I caught. That was purely fibs. It came up to my 61.8, rejected. I said, "Oh, I'm in. I'm in." Overall structure, I said, no. This is it. This is it. So I put my trade, entered my thing. I was like, whatever happens, happens. And I actually, excuse me, I haven't been sleeping that much lately. So in the little bit of
You're too
time,
excited. You're too
yeah.
fired up.
So in the little bit of sleep that I was trying to get, I couldn't because my phone kept going off, ping, ping, ping. And I'm like, what's going on here? So I look at my phone and it's notifications from people that were watching the trade on the torch account. I'm like, oh my God, look at this. She's up 8K, she's up 12K, this and that. And I hadn't even looked at the trade yet. I was looking at the notifications. so when I looked at the trade, the trade was already off. And I'm thinking, oh, did I lose? What happened? So I look at it and I saw that it was up. So when I looked, I said, oh, my TP was hit. And I looked at it. So I opened up my laptop and I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. So I say, you know what? Gold is where it's at. Gold is where it's at.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And since we're talking about that, let's get a little bit more technical. So when you place your fib, did you place it on the 4 hour or you're taking on your time frame of entry?
4 hour and the 30 minute. 4 hour and the 30 minute, mostly 30 minutes, because that's where I look for on my entries. But like I said, your daily and your 4 hour, that's your bread and butter with gold, right? So you almost have to place it on the 4 hour to get an idea of where the market is going to retrace from. So that news push, I was on your live stream that morning, and I remember I told you, I said, I think it's going to push because I see a liquidity grab. Only thing is, it went the opposite way. I thought it was going to drop and then fly. It went up and then dropped.
And then drop. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I had a doctor's appointment.
I catch both.
So you caught both. That's where it's at. Hey.
Damn.
Thank you. Caught it for both of us. So when I left my doctor's appointment, I'm looking at my phone on the drive home, like, oh my God, look at what gold just did. But what I want a lot of people, everybody that's watching, what I want you guys to understand, not just about gold, but any pair that you trade. And I learned this from Raja. Never ever get upset at missing a move, right? Because there's always going to be another one. There's always going to be another move. And then not only that, but every missed opportunity is a setup for another opportunity. So what gold did, I said, oh, this is perfect. I said, no problem. I missed this. Guess what? I'm going to catch the correction, or I'm going to catch something out of this drop, because gold it's not just going to continue to, it's going to do something, right? So last night when I looked at the charts, I said, okay, gold made that big drop. It stopped. It's retracing up a little bit now. I said, okay, what does it need to do? It needs to pull back. It needs to pull back. That pullback is what I'm waiting for. That's the one I missed. I caught it on my FTMO, but I didn't catch it on the torch. So when I closed out my FTMO and then it flew like 50 pips, 100 pips, whatever it was, I said, okay, no problem. I got out of the shower. I came back to my computer, and the push up had rejected from my 61.8. I had already had it marked up. So that's when I said, boom, I'm entering right here. And I entered, it came down, and then it pushed up again, put me in a little bit of drawdown, and I took another entry. I said, no, I'm catching this baby. So I took another entry. I put my stops right above the wicks, closed my laptop, jumped into my bed, cut on my Law and Order SVU, and I went to sleep.
We had some discussion, on private message, and I know there's something you asked me, and there's something I asked you, and back and forth, trying to help each other. And this is something I'm still not able to do.
What?
Like opening up a trade and going to bed. I did that like a couple times, but very, very low position, because I get stressed. It's just like, fuck,
yeah.
Like I cannot sleep. It's just like, I can't. How can you do it?
It's the same as trading live and watching your trade. You just have to have not only confidence, but you have to be okay with the loss. Be okay with the loss. If you, like you said, you take small positions, because if it goes against you, it's so small you don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. You have to not care about the loss.
That's coming from you, right?
Yeah. It's like,
you know what? I rewatched that video and it slapped me in the face. Just like,
accept the risk. Whatever happens, happens. But if you don't execute on it, you'll never know. So with that trade last night, the risk reward was great. It was a huge profit portion, and the stop loss, it was like, I didn't care if because I was up. I think I was up like 21,000 on the account, and the drawdown limit is 3,500. So I have a huge cushion to play with. So even if I had taken a loss, the loss would have been, I think, maybe $3 or $4 grand on the account. Would have been about $3 or $4 grand loss on both orders, on both positions. So a 4K loss compared to a 12K win, it was like, I didn't care if I lost a trade, because I wasn't going to lose the challenge, because I was still up. So it did me. It was like, whatever happened, I didn't really care. But it wasn't a trade that I took and didn't care about. I actually did a full breakdown on it, and I said, okay, this is why I'm taking this trade. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't. But if it does, it's going to be excellent for me. So you just basically have to just have confidence. Just have confidence in the set and be okay with whatever the loss is. Whatever your losses, be okay. So if you're going to lose a big ass amount on the don't put that loss size. Don't take the trade. Just don't do it.
Smaller the risk, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what that makes sense. All right, let's go with this question here. Will you ever trade US30? And while you're going to answer that, I'm going to run and grab a drink.
Okay.
And
let me get a bottle of water too.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. And after that, you let me know when you want to end this, because I can talk forever. But
no.
But after that, I want to get into some crunchy, maybe drama stuff. Can be
Let's do
funny.
it. Let's do it.
And after that, I want you to break down the trade that put you the last trade that you took. If you want to break it down, that would be amazing.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me grab some
Let's
water.
run to the kitchen and make sure. Hey guys, if you didn't smash the like button yet, do it. I mean, the like button seems to be defect right now. We should be at like 100% like ratio. All right, so let's smash that like button. We're coming back in 30 seconds. All right. So this is another beer we got today, brand new. This is a double IPA. That's gonna be amazing.
Okay.
All right, so let's go over. Would you ever trade US 30?
I have traded US 30 in the past. I actually did not that bad with it. But I could never find consistency with it. It's, and I hate to say it because this is what I used to say about gold. It's such a hard pair to break down and to learn. But I think once I'm ready to learn US 30, I'm probably most likely going to hit up Q and probably take his in person, his 5-day one-on-one to try to understand it, because he's the king of US 30. So who better to go to do it? However, gold is now my level up in a way. So I'm doing so well with it. It's like I don't really care to go to any other pair right now, because
it's not been long too. It's been like a couple months. So,
only been a couple months too. So I'm not in a rush to jump to US 30. Why? I'm doing well enough with gold. So
you're making good money, so why?
Exactly.
It's like with a husband. If you're getting some nice moment in the bedroom, right?
Exactly. If the sucky good, I don't need to go nowhere else.
That's it, So easy stuff. All right, so let's see here. It's some likes. All right, thank you. Thank you, Augustine. And we got Timsy. If and broke, don't fix it. Exactly. Perfect. So what's up with Miami? What's up with Miami? Because all right, let's talk about drama a little bit. Because I don't know, maybe you got some insight. I don't know. All right, so I love to dig into some drama. It's fun. What's happening? What's happening between those guys? Is it like what's going on? It's like
what do you mean though? I'm not sure, because
all right, so Savage was with Q and Lambo, Raul, and now suddenly everybody is like,
oh man,
not liking. Like, did you heard anything, or did you just because you went to the FIP? So I don't know. Did you heard anything, or what's going on?
I'm not really deep into that circle like that, so I'm not too familiar. I know basically what everybody else knows online, what you see.
Oh, okay. That's it.
So I don't follow Daniel Savage anymore. I used to, but something about him just didn't sit well with me anymore. I'll just leave it at that. So I unfollowed him. I don't really like the way he portrays himself at times. He just comes off, kind of crazy at times, and super cocky and arrogant and stuff like that. And then he does these weird things, and then he'll turn around and talk about God later. Like I don't like stuff like that. Either you're a good person or you're not, kind of, in a way, So Raul, Q, Drew Wise, the whole FIP crew, James Storms.
Yeah, because Raul came back suddenly, because it was like kind of out of the circle, came back.
I don't know. Personally, I think because he was affiliated with Daniel, that maybe they kind of distanced each other a little bit, because Daniel wasn't really cool with Q like that. Q doesn't even follow Daniel. So it's kind of like, okay, you could tell there's a little bit of friction there, but I'm cool with Q. I can talk to Q anytime. Mm-hmm. And Q doesn't seem like the kind of guy that has time for BS.
For bullshit. Yeah, no, exactly.
He just if that's what you're about, he's gonna find a way to cancel you real quick. Because if you're not helping him build his brand, or if you're not about positivity and leveling up and you know what I'm saying, like if you're not about that kind of thing, I don't think he messes with people that aren't like that with him. So it's just, I don't know. They don't seem like that type. And then Raul, in my opinion, when Raul first came out, Raul wasn't as like flashy with things. He was more really into the charts and stuff like that. And now he's kind of getting into that realm of with the cars and the lifestyle and, the girls and everything. It's kind of like, okay, he's kind of delving into the way Daniel Savage is, only showing the lifestyle stuff. But at the same time, Raul is still very humble about it, and then not only that, but here's the thing that I respect so much more about Raul than I do about Daniel. The drama with him and Daniel, he basically like left it alone. He didn't even go into detail. He was like, listen, they didn't work out. This is what it was. I'm going my way. He's going his.
That's all.
And that's like right there, the maturity and the way to handle that situation is like, that's the way it should be. Instead of going off on a rant and saying this, and Daniel said a lot of horrible things about Raul, like putting out there that he tried to commit suicide once and how this and that, like, he lives off his dad and this and that. And it's like, wow, like, how is it that you were such friends with somebody and then you have a fallout with them and then you just throw all their secrets out, all their business into the world like that? That's off limits to me. That's completely off limits. So to me, when I met them at the FIP event, because that wasn't the first time I met them. I'd met them several times before that. So it wasn't like I just met them for the first time there. It was my first time meeting James Storms, though. My first time meeting him.
Because I saw you in a picture with your how can I call that? Your uniform, cop uniform.
With Q, yeah.
With Q, yeah. Because I guess you met them before that.
Yeah, for sure. Q knew I where I work and stuff like that. So, and we just happened to run into each other while I was.
Did you arrest him?
I would never. I'd probably help him get away. I don't know.
Speeding ticket with a Lambo, that's easy.
Yeah. You don't see a lot of yellow SVs, even in Miami. You don't see a lot of them. So once I saw the car, not in yellow. You see them here and there, but not in yellow.
I don't know what's happening with Miami, but there's something crazy about Miami because every time I go there, because I always go there for cruises, right? So I go there maybe 2 days before the cruise or 2 days after the cruise, whatever. I stay there, right?
Yeah.
And we go on the what's that main street?
Biscayne.
What is there?
Biscayne Boulevard, is that?
That's it. Yeah, okay. That's it. So we go there and we have shisha, right? Hookah, and we smoke shisha and we have a drink. And there's like kind of a parade of like exotic cars passing like all night long on that boulevard. It's just like, what the fuck? It's like a Lambo, RR, Benz, there's no Toyota. There's no, even Beamers. Beamers look like fucking poor people.
Yeah.
I was like,
but you know something? A lot of people out here are cappers. A lot of them are out here capping. Majority of the cars that you see out here, the Porsches, the Lambos, majority of them are rented. They're rented. And I know they're rented. Trust me, I work there. So I know who's who and everything.
You can see the license plate.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. Okay. I'll pull them over and it's rented. Yeah, I know it was rented. That's why you're driving like that. If it wasn't rented, you wouldn't drive like a maniac in that thing,
That's funny. I got one of my friends over there that we did MLM together that actually owns a business in Miami that actually rents, exotic cars.
Luxury cars. Yeah. It's big business out here. It very is because everything out here is about image. It's about image. If you don't have, if you're a girl and you don't have, the rack and the flat stomach and the pretty face and the big butt, if you're a guy and you don't have, the 6-pack abs and the nice car and, a high-rise condo somewhere, it's like you're missing the boat. It's all competition. It's the lifestyle here is very hard it's temptation is everywhere. Temptation is everywhere. And then not only that, but you have a lot of celebrities that live out here. So you have constant events. Right now in Miami, it's Art Basel Week. So you have Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, that are all in town for this big event. and there's money everywhere. There's all rich people fly from California, from Texas,
Crazy.
and then you have crypto events. There's an NFT event that just happened here as well. So there's events that are bringing the money, that are bringing people down here. That's just perpetuating that lifestyle.
And you guys gonna get F1 next year. I'm so jealous.
Yes, even more. They're building a new
That's gonna be
soccer stadium. It's going to be massive. I mean, COVID slowed things down, but now because everything's opened back up, everything is like double. You know, if it was like this 100 people before, now it's like 1,000 now because COVID took away a whole year of all that. So, and not only that, but the tourism market took a hit because all these events, you know, they bring money in tourism. So if you don't have people flying into these events and spending money, then you're losing out. So they're trying to recoup all the money they lost from the shutdown from last year. So
wow.
it's a lot. It's a lot. But Miami is great. You know, the weather's great. People are nice.
I gotta say I kind of like Miami for you know, whether the vibe is still cool. You know,
always.
Even if it's a lot of flash. I'm not really into flashy.
Yeah, and there's a lot of traders that are moving to Florida because they see how it is here. It's like, oh, I gotta live here.
It's just cool. You know, it's just like. For me, just having like the chance to have a hookah on the boulevard, sign me up.
There's hookah on every corner. Every corner.
You should see me and my girlfriend when we're walking. It's like, wait a second. There's a restaurant there. There's people smoking shisha. Wait a second.
And there's one over there. And there's one over there.
They're all smoking. I'm like,
take your pick. Take your pick.
I'm like, sweet, let's go. That's fun. I like Miami. Plus, I gotta go see Kerwin also. So next time I go there, I want to see you. I want to see Kerwin.
Oh yeah. Definitely. We gotta get together.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we got a question here from Andrew Roberts. Question, Charlene. You're very humble. I would love to know what books you read to help you in trading. And what zodiac sign are you? I don't know what zodiac sign is gonna whatever, but
I'm a Cancer, so I'm a crybaby. I'm sensitive as hell. So yeah, I'm a Cancer. I've only read one book for trading, and that was the Candlestick Bible, and I read it in like a day. So I didn't read anything. I've heard of books like Trading in the Zone and things like that, but I've never actually read them. So I can't say any books have helped me get better at trading. It's just all chart time, mostly just chart time.
So
Sammy Rodriguez, hey girl, I know her.
Yeah, Sammy's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah. So Miami sounds nice right now. It's what those emoji?
Those are brick.
Oh,
if you're from the north, it means cold. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm in Montreal, Canada, so let me tell you, it's getting cold over here. So,
I actually miss the cold. I miss the cold.
I can't wait. You're from New York, right?
New York, yeah, from New York. I miss it.
You were just beside from me.
Yeah. I used to visit every year. But since the vaccine mandate and everything and the shutdowns, I haven't been since. So, yeah, New York is not my favorite place right now.
Do you still? Oh, that's gonna be a crunchy. I don't know if I can go there.
Yes, let's go there. Let's do it. You already did it. Let's go.
Do you still follow every story that Raja is posting now?
Yes, and
prior to his move.
Yes and no, because I don't know what's up with the Instagram algorithm lately. It's been like it's not showing all. Yeah, it's not showing all of them sometimes, but for the most part, I'll see it, but I'll see it late. Like if he posts something, I won't see it on my feed for like a couple hours, basically. Okay. So I still follow Raja for sure. I'll always follow Raja. That's my guy.
Yeah, no, I follow. I always always gonna thank him. Always. Always. But recently it's been a little bit too much. How can I say that? Religion or drama or I'm trying to get out of that, just like dramas. Like I hate drama. Like I started the hashtag FX no drama, even now we just talk about it just for fun, Yeah. But there was too much drama, so I kind of I still look at it very quickly, but it's just like,
Are you referring to the stuff with him and Daniel, or yeah, that
well,
was
him and many others,
oh
um, yeah,
yeah, I had seen that. Um, you know,
it's
the
just too
thing
bad.
here,
It's just like,
here,
why can't we just like win all together? It's just like,
you know what I think it
why
is.
there's a contest of who's pissing the furthest? It's like, why
You
the
know what I think
fuck?
it is.
It's like,
I think with Raja, I think he really doesn't like
and don't
when.
get me wrong. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but don't get me
Mhm,
wrong. I like the guy, and I owe him like a lot, because
mhm,
I mean I learned a lot from him. So don't get me
mhm.
wrong. I love the guy, and I will always thank him.
Yeah.
So it's just like on the personal note, there's a little, too much.
Yeah, he can stir the pot that's the nicest way to put it. He can stir the pot
Yeah.
every once in a while. But I think with Raja, I think he just doesn't like when the fantasy of trading is glorified. And what I mean by
Mm.
that is when you're showing trading history, and you guys will know who I'm talking about. I won't say his name, but if you're showing a trading history and you're showing massive lot sizes with massive profits, that's great. That's great, right? No one's knocking that. But you're in a community where it's very small percentage of people that are doing well. Very, very, very
Mm.
small. Everyone else is struggling or has their head right above water. And the people that aren't are like they're on the yachts that's floating on the water that everyone else is trying to stay above. So I think he has an issue with people just not being transparent enough about things and putting out a fantasy that may be too hard to believe for the average Joe. And Raja is the most down to earth guy you want to meet. He's
Oh
probably
no, I know.
he's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
a
Don't get me
millionaire
wrong.
now and still drives a Honda.
Don't
So
get don't
it's
get me
like,
wrong. I mean,
yeah,
we had a pretty good relationship.
yeah,
I mean, I would call that a relationship, but we were talking like every day or
yeah,
so. I was doing the cloning for him. We
mhm.
had a hookah night
Yeah. Talk. I
together.
saw. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, and and again, I love the guy. Always respect the guy, and I owe him a lot. And but it's I don't know. It's just like there's some stuff that just like it's too much. You're just like, for me, it's just
Yeah.
like, guys, just settle down, just have fun,
Yeah.
enjoy the life. You don't need to do that. You don't
Yeah.
need you have no need to do, and especially about exposing yourself. And I respect what he does. I
Hmm.
respect what he does, exposing like all his account and everything.
Hmm.
But in the same time, he had to leave the country like in a second, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So
It
me,
looks.
I don't want to show what I do, It's just
Yeah.
like, I don't want
Yeah.
to show the government I did 6K today or 4K today. Fuck that
Yeah.
shit, It's
Yeah.
like,
You can
because
show every once in a while, but not all the time. You don't want to put that
fuck
out there.
that. And
Yeah.
especially that like when you have friends and family on your Instagram, hey, start some shit you have no idea. But
Yeah.
especially the government, that's the only person that I know that was showing his full history, and
Hmm.
that's also the only person that had to leave a country in a second.
A second. Yeah.
So for
I
me,
mean,
it's like,
yeah, it looks a little
what the fuck
suspect. Like,
happened?
yeah.
What the hell just happened there?
The reason why it didn't really ring any bells for me is because, that's where he's from. That's where his family is from,
No,
his kids
exactly,
and
and
stuff. So
and
it's kind of like maybe he just wanted to go home.
it
Maybe the
was
wife
well, but I also had
wasn't
that
happy
thought
here.
in my mind, just like,
Yeah.
what the hell happened there? He,
Yeah.
he
Maybe
just bought he just bought that truck that he was so proud of,
yeah.
loved it to
Yeah.
death, right? So
Hmm.
and everything gone, it's like boom, boom, boom. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I wanted to go see him. I was actually
In
planning a
Canada?
trip to go see him. Yeah, because
And
I'm beside him. Like
oh,
I'm
okay, okay,
four
okay.
hours away from him,
Oh,
and
okay.
I got customer over there. So I was
Oh,
like
okay.
planning a trip for business, go
Hmm.
see him and have a hookah with him. And I love the guy. I love the guy.
Yeah.
Just like nothing against him. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So
Yeah.
and
Daniel
I was
had.
just like, what the hell happened?
Daniel had hinted
suddenly
towards
back.
that. Daniel had hinted towards that on one of his rants. He was like, "Oh, why don't you tell the truth about why you had to up and leave the country the way you did?" Something like that. And I was like scratching my head, like,
"Oh,
what
I don't even, I didn't even know about that."
Yeah, he has.
And
said
again,
that, so...
I'm not saying that to to dig. It's just like I'm saying that about. I'm saying that the reason why I'm saying that is because I can understand why people not showing everything. Because I would not show everything.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Do you know any real estate agent that posted, "Yeah, I sold that house, I made this much money"?
No.
You
can be transparent about everything, but to a certain extent. To a certain extent, right? Exactly. Because he trades live everything. He was trading live every day.
Exactly.
So
you got nothing to prove.
Nothing to prove. You shown your track record. Show you have a YouTube channel with hundreds of videos of
everything
you doing what you're doing.
This guy is solid as rock. You know, he doesn't have to show everything.
He doesn't have to show. He doesn't
have to show. He showed it, and that's great, and that's perfect, and I respect him for everything. But let's jump into the most important subject. Let's break down
the breakdown.
The breakdown of that trade. Let's do it.
You gotta walk me through this though. So how do I share my screen on here? Do I hit the share button at the bottom here?
Yeah, I guess share. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so share screen. Easiest with 2 monitors. All right, let me open it up here because it's not open here.
And guys, get ready to take notes and make sure you smash that like button. That like button should not be defect. we should be at 100% like ratio right now. So help me out here.
Yeah.
This is gonna be amazing. Can't wait. Let's see.
Am I logged? I should be logged in here. Okay, yes, I'm logged in. All right, so let me see here. So go to share screen.
By the way, if you're not subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do so. If you didn't smash the like button, do it. And if you're not following Charlene, follow Charlene right now on YouTube. Also, she's dropping a lot of good videos. She got also her own course. Nobody knows that, but Charlene is actually the one that got me into making my course.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, I do. That? I do.
I was actually already writing down my ideas for my course and everything and blah, 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 blah. And suddenly, she popped out a course. I was like, she's coming out with a course. I was like, okay, that's cool. But I was so stressed because I was coming from Raja and I was like, I was not feeling right about it. And I had to talk with you and say, you know what? You got something to offer. Why not doing it? I mean, Raja learned from Ted. He did his course. And like, why not? And you're actually the one, you are the one who actually convinced me to do the course. That's great. So
that's great because
I have to thank you for that because there's people that I help, and I'm not the superstar. I'm not the guy who's making the most money. I'm not this guy. But if I can help one person, my mission is accomplished.
There it is. So. Yeah. So I don't know I'm not sure if this is working properly. It says the screen is sharing, but I don't see it.
Oh yeah, hold on. I got here we go.
Okay.
So let's do this.
Okay.
That should be good.
Okay, so you can see my screen now?
Yep. Let me go into this question. How did you both meet? So basically, me and Charlene was in Raja's course, I guess. Yeah, we were. And after that, we found out that we also took Q's course. And I don't know how we got in contact, by the way. I think I remember. The live stream, but you wanted a hat. You wanted a hat.
Oh, yes.
You wanted the t-shirt with the hoodie. The hoodie. You wanted the hoodie. Yeah. So that's how you got to start to talk to me. And after I connected. Yeah. So that was good.
Yes. Very good. So,
all right, let's do it.
All right, guys. So let's look at gold really quickly here. So this is the breakdown from last night. So what I look at when I look at gold, I always start out with the daily, depending on the week, right? So if it was like a Monday, I look at the weekly. If it was a Friday, also I would look at the weekly as well. But being that's the middle of the week, I don't really care too much what it looks like in the middle of the week. Okay. So right now we see that we're in a downtrend overall, right? Pushing. If you look here, you'll see, right? This is a huge downtrend, right? Price is tapping, but it's coming down, which is a good thing. So let me take this off. So I would look here, looking left, and you see, okay, nice clean moves here to the left here, further back, clean moves. And I see that price made a high up here that it hasn't been able to break, right? So we have a major high here, and we have a major low, well, currently down here. It wasn't like that yesterday, but it is. We'll go off that. Okay. So on the daily time frame, I see price is pushing down.
Replay challenge or?
Yeah, let's do that. That way. Yesterday was the 30th. Right there. Yeah. Right there. All right. So this is what price was doing yesterday. It was pretty much ranging on the daily. When you see ranging on the daily, you don't really want to trade that because there's a lot of indecision. However, with gold, because gold moves so much, there's still opportunity within the market to take a setup. You just have to wait. Okay. So looking here, I'll see that price, right? We're making higher lows here. Okay. Higher low or lower high. I always mess that up. Okay. So we have a high. So at the very,
I thought it was only a Franglish thing.
No, I mess that up all the time. I just get tongue tied with that. So I see we have that price. So price hasn't broken this low. These candles, this is daily for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Price hasn't been able to break this level here, to break this bottom level here, this last major support for price to continue down. So most likely we'd be looking for price to push back up to do what? To create a new high. Right? That's generally what you want to look for. When I say price respects structure, it respects structure, but we still have to understand overall structure. Like we said before, price was in a downtrend. Okay. Broke above, broke right back down, and now it's continuing down. So let's drop
to consider that move up as a fake out?
Not necessarily. No. Just normal market movement, basically. Normal market movement. Gold has yet to fake me out, and I've been trading it for like 2 months now. So I have yet to be faked out by gold.
You said you never got faked out by gold?
Since I've been trading in the last 2 months, no.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've taken losses, but not on fake outs. Just wrong direction. Excuse me. So let me make this bigger here. So this is what gold was doing. So this was that move, right? No. This was the move. This was that push up that I missed that we talked about on your live stream. It pushed up and then it came right back down. So this was the move that I was like, I missed this. So price pushed up and then news hit and then it came right back down. So I said, wait till the day was done. The trading day was over. I had to wait till like Asian pre-London session to kick in. So going to the 1 hour, I'm trying to find where's the setup that I caught. 29. 26. Did I go too far back? Oh, I did.
And I have to say, I got Charlene out of guard right now because I just told her we're going to do the breakdown. So she was not prepared for that.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. 29. 30th. Okay, so we're not there yet. We're not on the 30th. That's what it is. 30th. Okay. So this was the push up that I caught on my FTMO, but I didn't catch on what you call it. So wait a minute. This is at
the torch.
The torch. The torch was a sell. It wasn't a buy. It was a sell. So let me see something. Okay, so this was the news move. This was the news, right? This was the New York session, pushed up and then the push down. That's what I was looking for. All right, perfect. Now we're in the groove. All right, so price dropped, so we missed it, right? I missed the push up, but Sasha caught it, the push up and the push down, right? So we broke our last daily low. This was our daily low that we previously had marked up, so we broke that, right? So let's go back to the 4 hour. So now we have a new daily low. And I always put my levels on the wicks. Always put my levels on the wicks. Always, always, always wicks. Okay. So on this candle here, daily, well, I said daily, but this is a 4-hour low and a 4-hour high. So let's mark off our 4-hour high and our low right here. Okay. So 1769, 1809 is our high. All right. So let's go to the 1 hour. Let's move this along. And this is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So let's move it along here. So this was at 9 o'clock at night. Okay, 9 o'clock at night. I got in around 11, I think it was. All right, so this was the buy that I missed, right? So I won't go over this trade because this is very little. I caught this buy on my FTMO, and then I closed out, and then this was the buy. So this is the bread and butter of the breakdown, okay? So if you look here, you'll see that price made high, high, high. Okay. If you look here, this high was lower than this high. This high wicked out right here. So price pushed up and did not break this high. So it wicked up, and then it came all the way down, breaking this last major low right here. This low was broken. Okay. So now structure is like, okay, wait a minute. We haven't broken this low in how long? Look at how many times price came here and it didn't break. It took news volume to break this support that's been holding here. So we keep that in mind, okay? So I say to myself, once price, news always has to correct. It needs to correct, and not only that, but gold needs to pull back. Gold needs to pull back at some point. So looking at this, I'm like, okay, we have this big drop here. We have, low market volume, nothing going on here. But look at what happened at midnight. Midnight, it moved. So it pushed up at midnight. So what did I do? Pulled out my fibs. I put my fibs from my swing high, right? The highest high to my swing low. Okay. So I put my fibs from here down to my swing low. Look at where price rejected from. 61.8. I kid you not, Sasha, those two confirmations, the fact that price could not make a new high, the fact that we broke this last low. So confirmations. First confirmation, we're in overall downtrend. That's number one. Number two, we broke this last major low that we couldn't break for a long time. So we need a pullback. Confirmation number two is a pullback. Confirmation number three, my fib retracement right here.
Confirmation number four, the fact that you broke that area, did it tell you that this was a fake out? Yeah,
this right here.
That purple line.
This one?
Can I write on the screen? No. But the purple line that you see, the purple line that you got right there, yeah. So meaning that price came back above your not the fib line, your purple line.
This one. Okay.
Yeah. So the fact that price actually broke back inside of that range, kind of, you didn't consider that as a fake out, right? Because I know there's people who's gonna ask that. I personally do see what you see, but I know some people is gonna say, oh, maybe it's just coming back in that range, right?
No, because here's the thing. I don't look at gold the same way I look at currencies. If this was GJ, I would be thinking that with GJ because that's the way that it moves. But with gold, you can't look at it that way. Gold, you kind of have to look at what's like happened right after, right? So yeah, it broke this level of support here. It took news, but I didn't really care much about this level anymore. Once the news broke it, I just needed a pullback. I needed a pullback to see, was price going to continue up to do what? Break structure? This unlikely. It's unlikely that price is going to shoot all the way up and break all these highs that it hasn't been able to do in God knows how long. So that was very unlikely. So all I was waiting for was a pullback for price to continue back down or to continue to make a low like this, to pull back up, make a low, and then turn around and go back up. So even if I was looking for buys, I would have waited for a second pullback. I wouldn't have considered this my major pullback because to me that's not enough. That's enough of a pullback for a continuation of sells. So once I saw this happening in like 61.8, I said, okay, and then look where the 61.8 retracement came, right in between this drop right here, this last level right here. So it broke that, and then what did it do? It left a long wick. Once I saw that wick start rejecting, I took my entries and then I waited. I took the first entry. It came down. I took my first entry. Then it started coming back up and rejecting again. Then I took a second entry. I said, no. This is coming down. This ain't coming back up. And if it does come back up, I was okay with whatever the loss was. I was good with whatever the loss was. Let me look at my phone to see what my entries were.
When you look at this, let me pause you 1 second. I just got to put my dog outside for 1 second.
Not a problem. So my entry was 1789.49. So 1789.49 entry. Okay. So those are where my entry was, and I don't remember what my stop. My stop was probably right above it, right above these wicks right here was probably my stop loss. So yeah, guys, I'll wait for Sasha to come back before I continue on. But that's pretty much what I saw. What I saw on this trade right here. Those are the confirmations that I used to take this trade.
Sorry about that, guys.
All
right. So
yeah,
so you took that entry based on
the retracement, on the rejection, on the rejection,
and
of this pullback.
Did you took the entry on the wick, or you waited on the lower? Because right now you're on H1. So did you went down on lower time frame to find a price action confirmation?
No, I took it on the wick. Most of my entries are on the 15-minute. I rarely ever enter on the 5-minute. Some people do because they say gold moves as much, but I don't really trust the 5-minute like that. So no, I didn't wait for a candle, because if I did, I mean, I could have waited a little bit longer, but I didn't want to wait. I was confident in the fact that because it rejected so much, I mean, this wick rejection is almost like, I don't know, 20 pips, something like that. I think almost.
Yeah.
It's a pretty deep rejection.
So your first entry was on that white line?
Yeah. My second was right below it. So I didn't put 2 lines, but it was right. It's 2 5 lot entries here, and the other one was like right below it. And then my stop was literally right above. And then once it went into a little bit of profit, I actually moved my stop a little bit lower. So if we move it along here, you'll see that price never came anywhere near my stop loss. Once I entered here, I wasn't at I think this was a candle that put me in drawdown. And once they started
because it went back up. Yeah,
it went back up, and I was in some drawdown. And then once it started rejecting again, I took a second entry, and then it went straight into profit. And then my take profit was, I believe, what was my take profit? It was 1777. So wherever 1777 is, 1777 TP. So my take profit was right there.
Someone said, how many pips will you have your SL at?
Depends on the setup. So on this move here, like I said, I was going to lose about 4 or 5K on if it would have hit my stop loss on both entries. But the take profit was about 12K. And my math was a little off because I thought it was going to be like 8 or 9K. Ended up being 12K profit. So so I was way off.
I love it.
So if you look, it smashed and it hit my TP. If you look closely here, it hit my TP, and then what did it do? Went right back up. So I was spot on with my TP.
Yeah.
Spot on.
I mean, that's something I learned with gold. I mean, I personally don't leave runners on gold anymore, because it's just like fucking like, sorry for the F-bomb, but yeah, it's something in French that we don't really look at, the F-bomb. But anyways, so long story short, that's something I learned with gold. Once you're in profit, just secure profits, because it can reverse like in no time against you.
Well,
do you do the same, or do you leave a runner?
It depends because, like I said, on gold moves so well. It's either I let the trade run till it hits TP, or let it hit stop if I'm not watching it, or if I am watching it, if I have a certain number in mind and I see the volume is going down or it's retracing a bunch, then I'll close out. The reason why I have my TP set down here, because most rule of thumb, right, for fibs is to put your TP where? -27, right? That's where you're supposed to put it. But why? Why do I have to put it way down there for? And not only that, but you need price to make a new low. But I'm not a swing trader. I'm not swinging this trade. I'm not gonna sit in a trade for 3, 4, 5 days. Now
I would personally never fucking swing gold.
Yeah, I would not.
There's too much stuff that can impact gold fundamentally.
Yeah,
I will never swing gold.
Never.
Sorry,
you can trade. You can swing.
And big respect for people that does it.
Yeah,
but I will never do it.
Yeah. When you're trading a certain pair, like, you have to stick to your style of trading too. Don't lose sight of the style of trader that you are. Just because I'm using fibs doesn't mean I'm going off everything it says I'm supposed to do. I'm going to go off to where I feel satisfied. The reason why I have my take profit right down here is because this is the last level of a pullback that happened before the takeoff. So this was my last major level of support. If you look here, you'll see, let me use this here. You'll see up, down, high, low. This was the last pullback before what? Before the push happened.
Yeah.
So this was my last major level of support that would need to get retested, pull back before price did what? Turn around and went back up, or if it continues to the downside. So either way, it was gonna hit my TP. It was gonna hit my TP one way or the other. If it was gonna continue down, or if it needed to make a pullback, right?
Yeah, because we know that most of the time it needs to do a pullback, go back up, from resistance to go lower, you know?
Exactly.
So,
and where is it going to pull back from? Your last major level.
That's good.
So, and that was it. That was my whole breakdown. I didn't do anything less, anything more. I looked at that, put my stops above the wick, entered on the wick. Now, the entries was risky because you're not entering on a candle that's just dropping. You're entering on a candle that's doing this.
Yeah, that entry to me,
you know? Yeah.
You need some big balls. Because I mean wick entry for me, it's always scary. I personally trade a lot of based on price action, so I wait for my candlestick confirmation. But yeah, I see it. I definitely see it. Am I gonna do it? Probably not, because I'm not comfortable with, which is the point that everyone should be putting together a style that fits themselves, right?
Absolutely.
And you know, if you can pick up something from Charlene, pick up something from Q, pick up something from this guy and that girl and this guy and that girl, and put it all together and do your own thing, fine. That's actually what I did. You know, I picked up a little bit of everyone and I did my own salad.
You have to,
thing, right?
You have to. No one person has all your answers. It doesn't. You have to diversify, basically. And when I tell you gold respect structure, look what it did again. It rejected again where? Last major level of support.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Then, you know, so, and again, when it pushed up, did it ever come to my stop loss?
Never.
Even if I had held this trade, I still would have hit take profit at some point.
That's amazing.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, and we're still in a downtrend. We're still in.
So right now it's Asian session. So we're gonna end this in just the next couple minutes, because I can't believe it's been already like an hour 45. This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is the longest FTOB episode ever, but this is also the best one ever. So so let's do a gold breakdown for what's happening right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's gonna be a little gift to you guys from Charlene.
Yes.
So you better press that. You better press that like button right now.
Hit that like,
because this is likes are we at? We got 40 likes right now, so we should be like at least 50 likes minimum. 50 likes minimum. And I know there's a lot of people who's going to be watching the replay. So if you're watching the replay, smash that like button also. I mean, because this is a free gem right now. So Charlene is about to give you the full breakdown of this Asian session of December 1st. So
Yes, start of a new month. So of course I'm gonna look at the monthly to see how did the last monthly candle close. So overall, we're still in a downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows on our monthly time frame. And not only that, but the yearly wouldn't be bad to look at either, because technically we're about to get into a new year, right? But I'm not gonna complicate it like that. I don't need to look at that. We'll stick to what we have for now. So looking at the monthly, the last monthly candle did a what? A huge rejection to the upside. And the last candle broke above, closed below, closed bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, has not been able to break this high. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going on 6 months, we haven't been able to break this level, or let alone this level up here. So most likely, you're probably going to be taking probably looking at some sells, right? Most likely that's what we show. Our overall bias should most likely be sells, but we can say that now, but you have to go by what's happening now. Okay. So overall, last candle, huge rejection to the downside. If I was to see a setup like this on the 4-hour or the 1 hour, I'm looking for sells. I'm looking for sells. Here's why. Because if this was, let's say this was the 1 hour time frame, we're ranging, right? Ranging. We have a box here and we have a support right here. So price hasn't been able to break out here. Broke up, broke down. But overall, we're in a downtrend. Overall in a downtrend, but we're holding this major level right here, which is an uptrend. So most likely, look at this big move that gold just did. Up, down, up, down. Look at this structure. Beautiful structure all the way up, even on a monthly time frame. So right now, gold could be doing what? Correcting this big ass move that just happened here. So guess what? When this thing finally does break and come down, babe, we're going to tank. Most likely we're going to tank, because this move needs to be corrected. So that's what we're looking for. It looks messy right now, but this is what's going through my mind as I'm looking at what's happening here. All right. So let's go down to the daily. We don't need the weekly like that. So looking at the daily time frame. I hope I'm not going too fast here. So if I confuse anyone,
no, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
And everyone, the beauty with YouTube, you can pause it, rewind, and rewatch.
There it is.
So if it was too fast, just rewind.
So I'll mark off my daily low. This is my last daily candle. My dailies are white. Daily low, and my last daily high is right here. Now I'm not going to put my high on this candle because this is a current candle. This candle is currently forming. So obviously I wouldn't mark this one off because it's still forming. It could go up or down. But I'm going to mark off my previous candles here. And I'm going to keep in mind, look at all these wick rejections I have to the upside here. Okay. Unable to make a new high, but we made a new low. We made a new low right there. Okay. Unable to make a new high. We made a new low. Now let's look left. Let's look left. What do we have left? Another major support. This support broke down. This was kind of a fake out if you really think about it. In a way, not necessarily, right? Because we have up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Finally, it pushed up. So this is more of a demand zone than anything, because this was the last support that price shot up from. So we have a nice, strong demand zone down here. So I wouldn't be surprised if price did come here and shoot up. But look what it did. It did try to go up right here, and then it rejected. So there's a whole bunch of selling pressure that's going on in this area here that's not letting price push up. Because even on the daily time frame, which is a high time frame confirmation, price tried push up, came back down. Pushed up, came back down. Came all the way down, pushed up, and came back down, retested, and came down. So naturally, I'm looking for sells. I'm looking for sells. I'm looking for price to break this low. Okay, so let's look at the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour, clean up my chart a little bit. So I need price to break this level here. I want price to come down here somewhere. But before it does that, I need to do what? Look left. Where would my TP be if I look for price to break? Right around here. Okay, this is my last level of TP that I'd be looking to take profit if I was looking to take more sells. So on the 4-hour time frame, this high retested this one. This one didn't break this one. This one didn't break that one. Look at this. All these new lows are not breaking the previous highs. What is it doing? making lower highs and lower lows. Simple structure, naturally structured. So this candle didn't leave a top
Respected the
wick
support on the dot though.
on the dot. On the dot. You see how clean that is? Like you can't miss that.
When I was watching it, I was like amazed. I was like,
Yeah.
holy.
Even with news, it respected it. It was like, wow, okay, this is not to be played with, right?
Yeah.
So we have this level here and this level here, and then price broke below these lows right here. So I put a little level right there. And the reason why I put that level there is because when price finally broke this support, it came back and what? Retested it. This wick is your retest level right here. So as long as price doesn't break this resistance that was once a support here, you can be confident to take your sells down here. Why? Because you have clean traffic here. So here are your confirmations for sells off gold. You have lower lows and lower highs being formed. You have a high time frame support that was broken and already retested off of a wick, and retested and it rejected. And not only did it reject, this candle, current 4-hour candle, has already broken the previous 4-hour low. It's already broken it. So now what do you have to the downside? A drop, a clean drop. Even though you have these wick rejections here, the pressure of the fact that price is already in an overall downtrend, you have lower lows and lower highs being formed, and you have a low that needs to create a new low somewhere right around down here. Now, for example's sake, let's say we broke out fibs. Swing high to swing low. Price rejected from the 61.8. Excuse me. 61.8 to the T. Tapped it to the T. And where's our negative 27%? Our what?
Yep.
Our TP. Our TP, that's right here. Guys, if this ain't, and this is on the 4-hour, this isn't even on the 30-minute to look for entries. This is a clean ass breakdown for you to take sells. And if you were to enter around here, you put your stop right above here. I guarantee you, price ain't coming up here. It ain't coming up here. It's already broken and rejected. You get a wick entry, and price would do this. Do this little.
Can you do that again?
It's gonna do that. Amazing. It's gonna do that, and then your TP is gonna be hit, and you're gonna be good. And this move right here, 1780 down to 58. So we're looking at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, almost 150 pip drop. This is identical to the move I caught last night.
Amazing.
Just same breakdown, same exact breakdown. So all these confirmations are telling you, hey, you need to be looking for sells. There's nothing here telling you to look for buys. So just for example's sake, let's go to the 1-hour, right? Let's go to the 1-hour. Let's take off fibs, make our chart a little bit cleaner. Look at this. Price finally broke below. Look at all this indecision here. Price finally broke below, right? We had this nice bearish engulfing here that took out, right? We have a support that was tested right here. This support came down to the T. To the T. Okay? Came down. It's a little crooked, but whatever. Came down to basically to the T here. Rejected and came back up. And what's price doing right now currently? It's rejecting this last level of resistance. And the candles are coming down bearish. Coming down bearish. So even if you took an entry up here, you're looking at a 10, 20, 30, 40 pip move from this high to this low. Even if you didn't want to wait for price to come down to here or further down, this range is 40 pips right here. You already have rejection, 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 bearish engulfing, break of low, clean traffic, drop. Drop. This high did not break this high. This low was broken here and it was already retested. You got your pullback. Price came down, pullback, drop. This is what I'd be looking for right here with my marker. Drop, pullback, there's the move. There's the move. That's gold for you. That is gold in a nutshell. That will make you rich. Setups like this
I love it.
will make you fucking rich.
Love it.
That's it.
I love it.
So I hope I
that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Hopefully you guys took notes. Hopefully you guys took notes. And you know what? What's amazing is when you look at different traders, and at the end, we always look at the same stuff. You know, you
Yep.
look at different traders, but at the end of the day, we always look at the same stuff. So just figure out what you're missing. What you're missing. What do
Hmm.
you need? Replay this breakdown many times over and over and over again for you to understand what she understood. And magic, so I'm not going to say it's going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
It's going to take time. It's going to
Yeah.
take time, because trading, it is the most difficult thing I ever had to do. I own different businesses, I did different stuff.
Hmm.
This is the most difficult thing I ever had to do. Like
Yeah.
when I got started, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like I was banging my head on the wall. It was just like this was so hard. But I'm the type of guy, I'm so competitive. I was like there's no freaking way I'm gonna lose on this shit. If
Yeah.
they can do it, I can do it.
Most
It's
definitely.
like,
Most definitely.
and that's it. You just got stick with it, don't quit, keep going at it, and you'll make it.
Yes.
So hopefully that
Trading.
makes sense for you guys.
The best quote I've ever heard from trading is the hardest way to make the easiest money.
Exactly. Totally, 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 totally. So
Yeah.
let's see if we have any last comment here. Which currency pair would you recommend to beginners?
Uh,
Um, I
AU,
would say something slower. You know,
EU.
sorry, you caught off. Which
Um,
pair did you say, Charlene?
AU is pretty slow.
Yeah, AU,
I would say AU or EU. EU is not bad either for beginners.
AU. And after that, you can jump to UJ. And yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. I've learned a lot from you. That's amazing. And guys, if you want to learn more, Charlene has her own course also. C'est bravo, bravo. Hey, merci, André. So we got some Franglish here in the house.
Yeah.
Let's go. That pullback was into 618. So would you still take it?
The pullback, no, it was, but the fib play from last night is still in play. It's still in play currently right now. It hasn't fully
Exactly,
played out yet. So
because the
that's
fib has not been completed. So
exactly.
you guys got to understand fib,
Yeah.
and I'm sure, yeah, on my course, on Charlene's course, on whoever's course, we talk about, the fibs and those levels. If it's not completed in full, it's still in play. Okay, so
Yeah.
keep that in mind. Thank you both. Thank you very much. Very appreciate. Thank you so much, Andre. Toronto, baby. Oh, Canada, represent. Let's go.
Hey.
Uh, uh, amazing stream. Congrats for that. Thank you, Nuno. Very appreciate. All right, so guys, thank you so much. So much value from Nuno. I think this was one of the best, and I mean, I think this was the best Forex Talk Group episode. This was actually the longest for sure. I mean, it's been like 2 hours. Can you believe it? It's just like
Yeah.
it flew. It literally flew. I can, you know what? I can keep on talking with Charlene like for like all night long.
Forever. Yeah.
Forever.
You
It's
can
like,
bounce
it'll
off
be
each
crazy.
other. Yeah.
We definitely have to do this again.
Oh yeah.
We definitely
Yeah.
have to do this again. And during holidays, are you allowed to have a drink?
I am just not on like I can't post it like online like that. Like I can if I want. I just I don't want to.
No,
Maybe we will.
know,
Maybe I'll make an, I'll make an
I'm bugging
exception.
you. I'm bugging you.
Yeah, I'll make an
But hey,
exception.
you know what? You're planning on leaving next year.
Exactly.
So next year
Exactly.
coming,
So.
you're gonna have a drink online with me.
Oh yeah.
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
All right. You
Couple
promise
of
that?
them. Yes. Promise. Bye.
Bam. All right. Here we go.
Hey,
All right.
and if anybody profits off this sell tonight, you better tag
Yeah.
me. Tag
Hey,
us
you
both.
you better tag both of us in here. Yeah, you better profit. If you profit from that gold breakdown, I want to hear about it. And guys, rewind the stream from the beginning. Do a cheers with us. Snap a picture, tag our name, and we'll share it. All right.
Yes.
So we'll do that for sure. So thank you very much for watching. I personally going to be live tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to do a live session. So if you guys want to join, you join. If Charlene wants to jump on, she's always welcome to jump on. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Charlene.
Thanks,
I love you. I really
welcome.
appreciate you. Can't wait to meet you in person.
Absolutely.
And wish you a great night, guys. All right.
You too. Good night, guys.
Take care, and we'll leave you with this.